Collingwood brought the heat against Brisbane for the first 10 or 15 minutes, just couldn't maintain the rage. That's the challenge this afternoon. Draper over the back, Sockers out of mid-air. Francis takes it at 55. They stream back towards the goal square. Great run over the top from Perkins. Will it sit for him? Madgen to beat, turns, snaps, and goals. Calls for an option to present. Kicks to a one-on-one. Snelling work Madgen under the football. Francis tried to flip in the Snelling direction, who then lays a tackle on Maynard and is rewarded.
Ginnivan did well. Back to Main. Howe. Noble had to stand under that footy. Plenty were coming at him. To Goey. Adams. Merritt. And now Cutler. Dev Smith can get on the end of that, so eventually they get a look at it.
As soon as they pushed in, they let them go into the contest.
8-4 from set shots. Dev, he does this really well. Got their second.
6 minutes, so he's one of these youngsters that's really taken the competition by storm. Nick Cox is their medical sub, should they need him, but I'm just chasing an update and I'll come back to you.
Thanks, Abs, as Howe goes long and it's cut off by Stewart. Bombers in control of this game at the moment. It's been played on their terms as Stewart winds up from 70 metres. Attacks the top of the square. Wright comes out and takes the grab. We'll face them again next week. Peter Wright, 30 out directly in front. And the Dons have got the first three. Tumbling kick towards Thomas, fisted away by Hind and gathered by McGrath. He pops a handball to Clark and now back to Hind. High kick towards half forward, 2-on-1 in favour of the Pies. Murphy over the top, couldn't bring it down. Smith the crumb, Heppel, Perkins from 55, delivers to a dangerous spot for Waterman. Signed a one-year extension to continue with the Bombers. And he kicks their fourth. Short to Roughhead. All one-on-ones down the line. Henry presents. Pressure came from Stewart. Henry, good body work on Durham. Taken by Dacos. Ginnivan. Chris back to Ginnivan. Good smother. Pressure came from Redmond. Opens the door here for Smith. Has got a man on the inside. Pops it over the top to Redmond. Into an open goal.
Nothing to go to, though, so he's got to hold. And then right in the air. Broken up. Madgen's got to get back, and he's got to be clean. Howe from Roughhead, and then the left foot around the body ball is going to be cut off.
It's Cutler. Tall winger above his head. Nice delivery as well to Waterman. It's the prototype for the modern winger, isn't it, Jimmy? And re-establish a little buffer here for the Bombers. And he does just that.
Side bottom. So creative by hand and foot. Across the ground ball. It's got a bounce from Madgen. It didn't quite. Waterman broke it up. Durham, nice ball for Dev Smith. He's going to thump the handball on, and this is nice and easy. Stringer hits the scoreboard.
Draper just laid it at the feet of Snelling. McGrath went down and found it, but coughed it up. Elliott and Thomas combined. Sweeping through was Merritt again. Stringer, Smith. He goes short and finds Wright. And they just stream forward in numbers, don't they? See Stringer at the back of the stoppage, just waiting to see whether or not they won possession, and then they all just took off, and Peter Wright kicks his second.
Main. Noble. Forward pressure's been elite from the Bombers. Crisp. Stripped to the footy, holding the ball.
Essendon. Where you are?
It's Dyson Heppel.
Line, stand. Clear out, stand.
From 55, just pops it up to the top of the square. Here goes Wright again. And he's such a weapon.
And Peter Wright, this man's standing up, and he's really turning his career around. It's quite impressive.
For his third goal. And the Bombers are away.
Clark. Parrish had the umpire to deal with. Looping handball here for Shield. And that misses its target. Roughhead comes in and breaks it up, and then they've got to shovel it back. Another turnover. Dev Smith gets on the end of it, a couple of bounces. He's got Perkins running for him, doesn't use him, and comes back to Merritt.
Merritt pokes his way through. Francis can get it and go from 55. Drives it to Snelling, who got goal side of Noble. He's become a useful player. Adds another. McGrath thought about the give and then just turns Cameron around to a one-on-one. Francis with the sit, takes the mark over Madgen. 30 seconds remaining in the second term. Adams leaves it behind. Here's Shield. Stewart to Stringer. Just throws it on the boot, gets it inside 50. Wilson's got to stand underneath it as Wright arrives. Ginnivan tried to tap it to Dacos. Durham did so effectively to Francis. Hind off a step. Can he find an option? Wright goes back and plucks another. In a hotly contested game, and Peter Wright has his tail up. This for his fourth of the opening half.
Gets it.
Shield to Stringer. He'll attack a one-on-one. It's Noble versus Guelphy. It'll bounce for the Bomber. He'll try to turn Noble. Pops a handball over the top. Heppel offers some run for behind. Flat-footed Parrish had to get rid of it quickly. Did so to Snelling. Now Stringer from 65 will load up towards the square. Smith sets himself.
And others in the midfield.
So Devon Smith. And the Bombers are 9 straight from set shots.
It's going to be picked off by Howe. Close that down nicely. Dacos. Rantel. Howe, Main. They're working in the phone box here, and they get closed down. Shield. Heppel. Redmond. Maintaining their width nicely. The Bombers. Redmond just floats a high one up. They'll come from all directions at this. Main with an arm held. Holding the ball.
Essendon.
Waterman for his third. Loves it. Great from Dev Smith. Now chopped off by Tom Wilson. They go forward again, and really well done, Zach Merritt. Stuck around to being outnumbered.
Going to take them really far in September.
Stringer tries to muscle his way through. Noble got the hands free to Durham, and he now releases Parrish. They get it from the inside to the outside once again. The kick goes inside 50. Waterman inadvertently flipped it to himself. Keeps it alive. Handball not ideal for McGrath.
Downfield, Essendon.
And the Bombers will still manage to manufacture a shot at goal. Here's a thumping kick, as Jimmy mentioned, from 45. Makes really good contact with that and drills it straight through.
They probably have had more possessions from the Dogs, but they probably hurt them more with their possessions.
Good mark, Perkins. Heppel. Inside 50. Wide open Smith's had a good day. Always uses the ball superbly. Simple mark. Get it back out beyond 30 points. Right through the middle.
Down the line, Francis this time the marking option. Can't mark it, so just gets it to ground. Was looking for Snelling. Crisp tries to take on Perkins. Unsuccessfully. Advantage for Hind. Maynard Crisp. Back to Murphy. Had to be quick. Handball at the feet of Rantel. Did well to gather off to Wilson. Run down from behind. That's the sort of desperation you love to see with 3.5 minutes remaining. Take his best from here. Will he chip it? Or will he go for it? He winds up. He goes for it and hits it beautifully.
For the Bombers, there's so much excitement coming in the next 7 days.
The baby Bombers growing up fast. And despite spending just 2 weeks inside the top 8 all season, Essendon are headed for the finals. They run out 38-point winners over the Magpies.